A very good morning and welcome back to K24 this morning. Now we are done with the madness. Here we are going to talk about matters of the heart, and it is Relationship Thursdays. And today we want to discuss exactly what should happen when it comes to introducing your significant other to the world, whether it's your friends, to your family, to, I don't know, strangers. Should you put them on IG, Twitter, Facebook, and so on and so forth? And that is why I am joined by a very eminent panel. I do have Pastor Emmanuel Gachanja from Mavuno Church. Karibu tena sana Pasi.
Thank you.
Then we have Faiza Hemed. Faiza,
hey.
Mambo.
Poa, poa.
Manze umetulia. Ile kile uchapa YouTube ndio naitaka hapa leo.
Aya, sawa. Niko ready.
Yeah, but you're good though?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Then we have George Ngugi, a mentor and a leadership coach. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great.
Uko salama kabisa?
Kabisa.
I like the way today umeamua utanipiga compare suti wise. Unajua kuna kuitanga hapa alafu manzejo unakaa I don't think it's fair manzejo.
Leo nimekuwa toned down.
Leo na tuko level moja. Yeah. But welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Pasi, you told me that every single morning you wake up and you read or you pray Psalms 23?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I always feel like it's a very holistic psalm. You know, you get to ask God to lead you and guide you, to provide for you, to protect you, and for His blessings to be with you, know, the whole day.
So, but how long is Psalm 23? Is it like a
6
verse?
verses.
Oh, it's only 6 verses?
Yes.
Okay, and you do that every single morning?
And I don't read it from the Bible.
It
comes from here.
Okay, nice, awesome. Faiza, okay, do you pray?
Yeah, we have to pray. First prayer of the day at 5. So, yeah, I do that. Then I meditate and then I get into the shower.
All right.
Yeah.
Ngugi na wewe unamkanga tu unasema tu Buddha.
Well, let me say that I learned something, and I think it's a quote that was from Denzel Washington. He said, you keep your shoes or your slippers under the bed.
Okay. Why so?
When you get up in the morning, you literally have to be on your knees to get them.
Right.
And while you're there,
you
may as well, say a prayer. So I have also made it a discipline.
So it's like you're forcing yourself to pray.
Literally. So while I'm here, I might as well say something.
Okay. Karibuni tena sana once again. And basically, like I had told you earlier on, it's all about, what we want to discuss today is about introductions of our significant others to friends and families. And Pasi, I don't know, maybe from a point of view, how soon should someone introduce, their bae, so to speak, to the world?
Well, this question is actually a trick question, I feel. What would be the proper answer for me to say?
Right.
Would be the moment you make it exclusive. When you decide, okay, this is who I'm supposed to be with, this is who I want to be with, and I'm committed to being with you. Then at that point, I think friends, you can introduce to friends.
Right.
For parents, I would wait, because parents have a crazy pressure. But the interesting thing is, because of the trends nowadays, and the way we are in situationships, are we going out, that DTR thing of defining the relationship, it really doesn't exist. It's not at old school. Like for us, if I was approaching a girl, I would ask you, will you be my girlfriend?
Yes.
But today they don't do that. It's just almost like we're here, you're here.
It started, I met you at the club, now you're my girlfriend.
So in those cases, I don't know if you even introduce or, we all just assume. I think there might be.
Okay. Faiza, how soon, first of all, are you dating? Married?
Why are you putting me on the spot?
I'm just saying it's a question. Ama, you're not ready to introduce him to the world.
That's a trick question. So, first of all, for women it's different.
How different?
The guy has the control. He decides whether you get to introduce him to your friends and family. So you first have to sit down and talk it out and be like, okay, we are exclusive, we are ready, let's do this. But with social media, you have to find out if this guy has a wife or if this guy has a baby mama somewhere. You have to find out if he's maybe has another family in another country before you introduce. It's really risky nowadays. I can say these guys are married. Not. You know yourself.
It seems like you're speaking from experience. Like
I'm
speaking
speaking from experience because first of all, like I noticed these guys are married.
Yes.
just sit down and thank God and pray and breathe. Kwa sababu the jungle, it's a jungle out here. You have to do background research nowadays.
Okay.
So that you say, okay, I'll post this guy on social media, and once you do, you just post his feet. Yeah. And make sure his feet do not have a birthmark, because someone may notice and be like, okay, that's my husband.
Are you serious?
So I'm just saying, if you're dating right now, just don't introduce this guy to anyone. Just keep it, just be silent, keep it a secret for a while, like 3, 4, 5 years.
But that's a long time. In 3, 4, 5 years, you'll have kids already. Then
when you're sure, introduce to your best friend
to your best friend first.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you, Faiza, in a minute. Okay. Ngugi, what's going on?
You know, I'm just thinking, hearing her describe it, she's almost, I'm thinking of the people say, hakuna siri ya watu wawili.
At this point, clearly.
Yeah, it's like you just literally have to keep that card so close to your chest.
Right.
But because I'm from a school of thought that, and that's how even I did it when Faith and I were getting together, that when you're coming together, and I mean, this is just my school of thought, people have different schools of thought.
Right.
That, and for a long time, I wasn't really in a serious relationship until when I felt I was ready to settle down. Right. And so what that means is that when that happens, and by God's grace you find the right person, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether it's 1 month, 1 year, I don't know, decade.
Right.
Before that you have to wait before you introduce a person. The reality is, and I'll speak as a man. Okay. I mean, I have different of my friends who are in the transition to get married. You know, they pop the question. They are going for negotiations. The people interact
ratios and so on,
and all that.
Yeah.
And so it's, I always love just catching up with them and hearing how did it go, what level are you at, and from a guy's perspective, you know, when a man finds someone who he truly values, you want to lock it down like yesterday. Yes. And one big step of locking it down is the declaration. Yeah. I remember one of my friends used to make fun and say that I wish my car had a car seat on the roof. Why? So that I can drive, we don't say, this can you guys see?
That's big, yeah.
You know, that is exactly. So as a man, I have to admit, we have a lot of the power. Right. And in all levels of relationship, even when a relationship is breaking down, I have to claim a lot of the responsibility and a lot of the power as a man, or for us as men, to lead the narrative, to lead the relationship. Yeah. And if a man chooses that he's serious and he's eager in this and he's invested, yes, I think there's a huge opportunity, and I believe by God's grace I was able to do that. Okay. To be able to lead that declaration, so to speak, introduce the person to the world, introduce the person to your friends, introduce the person to your family. Okay. Granted, it doesn't have to be like a checklist, like it's an unveiling. There you unveil a new car, the 2017 or 2020 model
Range
or something.
Rover.
You know, with all the drama, smoke and smoke machines and lights and everything, strobes and all that. But you know, there's a way you can see unveilings are done. New iPhone 11. You know, it doesn't have to be like that, but you can certainly do it even with family. Okay. There's a way you can do it as an official introduction, and there are subtle ways. There are people who are at key functions, a graduation, a birthday, right, and even sometimes it's not even spoken. You know what I mean? Yeah. A bit of social media here and there. So you start dropping those little breadcrumbs that will eventually lead, especially if the family or your parents are not very easy to. If your relationship is not very good, you drop the breadcrumbs. I
want actually to rope in the audience on this. On our social media pages, that is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at K24 TV. You can also SMS us 21222. The question that we are asking today, as far as this discussion is concerned, how soon should you introduce your partner? How soon? Should it be after a few days? Should it be after a few weeks? Should it be, I don't know, after she's pregnant, you know, or after he impregnates you? That's when you're like, now you need to meet my parents or you need to meet my friends. Please let us know via those platforms, and you can also call us on the numbers on your screen. Pasi, coming back now to because I mean, courtship is not just courtship. There's a process. But like you said, nowadays, unashtukianga tu imesha happen. Yeah, and sometimes we find ourselves in a situationship. You're with Faiza, for example, and it's not like you had planned it. But now you're like, hude mama anakujanga kila weekend, manzana anipiganga simu kila siku, so clearly she needs to meet some of my boys. What's your take on that?
You know, there's something that she said that I picked out on. You know, when she actually joked, but it was kind of a serious
and it
thing
happens.
That, you know, 5
happen.
years.
Yeah.
You know, I think that is actually a huge problem in that you want to know that you have an exclusive, that this person that you are dating or seeing or, you know, enjoying time with is actually someone that you can do something much more. And this is not someone who's taken. I feel like when you hide the person, then you're also enabling him, especially husbands in this city. You're enabling them to do the thing that they're doing. You're the same person who will, you know, you will struggle when it's your husband that you catch doing
cheating on you.
Cheating on you. You know, so I always believe that, you know, it should be open. If you're a woman, put it on social media. Yeah, this guy asked me out. I believe. Then once a comment checks in, you will know, okay, I think I'm on the right track. I'm on the wrong track. Keep away from this guy. Yeah, it's like a litmus test, you know? And I think that we've devalued ourselves so much to the extent that, you know, we are willing to be in any relationship.
Whatever happens.
Whatever happens.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing it, we're enjoying it, you know, we are having this situationship and enjoying it. I strongly believe what that has done is just eroded, you know, the values of society. And guess who's getting hurt? The very people who are doing it. So
Faiza, I saw you taking a deep breath. When
I saw it too.
Yeah.
Like from this side.
I saw you taking a deep breath. What's your take on what Pasi is saying?
I just think that when you post someone on social media, what you don't know, you guys, if you're not very active on social media, is that you get other women coming to you as a woman. You know, in the DMs, they're like, I'm coming to you as a woman. To let you know that,
is my husband.
That's my husband. We're sharing this man. And that's never a good thing. If you see a DM, it's popping up and it's coming to you as a woman, that's when you know you need to call your boyfriend or whoever and just be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Don't even read the rest of the message because sababu, it's...
But I think that's an advantage, isn't it? Because then here I am. Hold on. Let me just give you a scenario. Right?
Please do.
Just think of it. Today nimekuona, nimekupenda. Yeah, I threw some vibes here and there. You know, we are doing it. You don't know that I've been married for 17 years. You know.
And, wait, are you actually speaking from experience?
No, 17 years.
You have been married for 17
and a half years, yeah.
Dude,
Bado.
Carry on. Carry on.
It's getting sweeter, by the way.
Okay.
So I've been married for 17 years. Here I am, playing around with your heart, your emotions. I'm just leading you on, and there's no future in this. You know, if you had posted and my wife saw it on social media and she would be like, Mzee, what's going on? What's this I'm seeing? You get. And then what that does, it not only protects the man, but it also protects you as a person. So you're not being led on by this random guy who doesn't care about you, doesn't value you. All they're in it for is the fun.
Let me just ask Mr. Ngugi something. Are you for the idea of... Because we're living in the digital age. Are you for the idea of posting someone on social media? If I'm dating Faiza today, is it okay for me to take a selfie with her and go like, yo, Bay things or road trip things with Bay and so on and so forth?
So the digital / cyber spaces are sometimes can be very murky. So the jury's still out on whether it works. In fact, we have these interesting conversations with some friends and even family about, and I'm not making any position on it, about people even who create accounts for their children. And you know, they are like really young children and maybe 17 years later they're like, I hate you, mom, or I love you, mom, thank you for doing this. You know, you don't really know. For
that exposure.
Exactly. So it really is a very personal decision. There are people who they are let me say their daily bread, so to speak, because they need to be visible, they need to be constantly posting. And
the social media influencers, as we call them.
There you go. Their life, it's their livelihood. Their life depends on that. And so sometimes it's difficult to remove yourself from that. Though I've seen some people who are very conscious to have the life and the brand that they have, including the global space, you know, with the Oprahs and Stedman.
The Kardashians and so on.
You know, people who are huge brands, but they're very intentional about their significant other, either to respect whatever conversation they had, is completely out of the the limelight. And we have also scenarios where you have both, you know, are public or they sort of like, you know, grow off each other's audiences.
Right.
So it's really a very personal thing. Similarly, child stars, you know, we have the MJ and many other success stories and others. It's really someone's personal choice, whether you put your spouse, whether you put your child into that space.
Okay.
And there's a lot of value that comes from either. The people who value their privacy, the people who have seen a lot of impact through being in that space. So it's really for you as a person to see what you believe in.
Okay.
The thing about a relationship is that it's about two people.
Yeah.
And what makes it work is that you value each other, you respect each other, and you do what you can to make the person be the best version of themselves they possibly can. And if that person desires their privacy, that's how they thrive.
We have George from KIRINYAGA. Good morning, George. Joshua, good morning.
Morning, Ngugi.
I'm quite fine, thank you, sir.
Quite an interesting topic.
Yeah, please, Ingilia.
Number one, there is never a right time at when you can introduce your partner.
Yeah.
The whole business of introducing partners is actually a women's idea.
Okay.
Men just surrender. Number one, I've heard one of our panelists saying that the best way to keep it open to the social media so that you can always see the responses from other places and you are able to tell if you're on the right track.
Right.
Some of us are so irrelevant to movie that even if you put something on social media, maybe two people in K24 will notice that.
Yeah.
So I wonder how, if I have a chick in Meru, in Nakuru, and another one in Eldoret,
yes,
how they will find out because my fiance has posted something on her social media. And finally, let me demystify this belief that we've always brought about when we talk about marriages.
Yes.
That there are other reasons why people marry, largely. The bottom line movie is that the core reason why people marry, the reason why I marry a chick,
yes,
is because I want to enjoy some conjugal rights. Anything else that people tag around that line of reason, I can get it from fellow men. Thank you very much, movie.
Okay, thank you very much, Joshua. Okay, he has said it as it is. Yeah, before we let you respond, we have IBRA as well. IBRA, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm so well.
Nice to hear your voice again.
Yeah, mimi nafurahia.
What is your comment or question?
The comment of the question is just like dem akuchukue kwangu tukwende mkwao. After long,
yeah,
jalipea wanawake muda mfupi tu, hata jalipea na mwingine. Kwa kuanguka ni rahisi. So ana ile feeling isi anaipeleka mtu nyumbani kwao. Ile unapata saa hiyo mara hiyo mabadiliko imekuwa hivyo hivyo. Umeachika. So after that tutafanya aje sasa, pengine umepeleka mtu kwenu na baadaye amepeleka tena amepeleka mtu mwingine kwao. Kama wewe kama kupeleka. So inakuwa aibu.
Sawa sawa, IBRA. Thank you very much. Okay, IBRA is clearly a skeptical person from what he's saying. Anaogopa kwanza kuaibika, upelekwe nyumbani upate kumbe kuna mwingine alikuwa amepelekwa and so on and so forth. It's like a vetting system, yeah? But I think it's very important to take someone home mapema, especially if you're going to start engaging in sexual behavior, because you might find out that you're sleeping with your sister, or rather your cousin, or a distant relative, and so on and so forth. So, Pasi, don't you think it is important to do these introductions as soon as possible?
I think so, especially, like I said in the beginning,
right?
The moment you say we're going to be exclusive, we have defined the relationship. Okay, we are trying to do this, and we want to go somewhere with this. I think it's important for people to know. First, for friends to know. The world nowadays is quite a small world.
Right.
The gentleman who spoke first.
Yeah. Joshua.
Yeah. You're saying he's insignificant, but this life is so small. This world is so small that you could post something and somebody will say, I think I know this guy from, you just never know.
We have mutual friends.
We have very many mutual friends.
Yeah.
You've interacted with so many people, so somebody would know. The other one is, you pointed out, you don't know if it's going to be your relative.
Right.
I come from a huge family. God forbid anything happened to my mom.
Yeah.
To my wife, sorry. I would not go to Central Province to look for a
For a wife?
For a wife.
Right.
I will not. Because chances are, this is a relative from Sijui who, because my dad was the last born of, you know, so many kids.
Yeah.
So by the time he is being born,
right,
you know, his first three siblings have children older than him.
All right. Wow.
You know? And they have big families.
Right.
He is the one who had the smallest family.
Okay.
So, you know, I go somewhere, I meet, I mention my name, Gachanja.
They're like,
Gachanja, wow.
You know? They even know your digs.
You get, yeah. Right. So there's also that factor.
Yeah.
I think it's important because if you are saying that I'm exclusive, that means you're saying that I want to pursue a relationship with you.
That is long-term.
That is long-term, that I am committed to this.
Right.
There's no cheating, there's no side whatever.
Yes.
So then it's important that, again, like he said, declare.
Yeah.
Declare. I declared that, you know, once it was in those days of emails. There was no phones and text messages.
Yeah.
So it was on those days of emails. So I asked her, you know, because she lived, you know, very far from, you know, it was long distance. So I asked her on email. She said yes. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I officially asked her now when I met her.
Yeah.
But as soon as we did that,
right,
then it was important for our friends
to know that this is what is going on.
And then she was in a different city.
Yeah.
So when I declared it, it was important for those brothers to know.
Yes.
There's somebody who has put a mark over here.
There's a territory I've marked.
There's a territory that has been marked.
Right.
You know, stay off.
Yes.
You get.
And it's important to do that.
And it's important. And even for her, it's important that, you know, my friends, because I also had girlfriends, you know, friends who are girls. And it's important for them to know that this guy is taken.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There's a boundary that has been set.
Yeah. Faiza, coming back to you on the same. If I don't let you know, you know, my situation, and we are dating, my friends might actually hit on you. And as you think about that, we have a gentleman from Kibera. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Steven from NGARA, habari yako?
Nzuri.
Ongeza sauti kidogo tu sikusikii.
Nimekusikia, nakusikia brother.
All right, nakusikia sasa. What is your question or comment?
Yeah, my comment is that what you are talking in Ghana is trust. I'm in page 24 now. So what I could say is this, ile madili ya zamani tulikuwa wazazi walikuwa natufunza, sisi tumewacha. Ilikuwa
I think we have lost Steven. We have Junior as well. Junior, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir? Junior?
Yes.
NYAMIRA kuko namna gani?
Poa sana.
All right, what is your question or comment?
Unajua sasa, ukisema ati introduction sijui nini, you can, unajua unaweza chukua demo muintroduce kwa mabishi yako.
Ndio.
Usema, this is, you know.
Yeah.
Mademu introducewa mara mob, so mabuyu ndio ujua. They are the first people to know.
Yes.
And then sasa ikikuja kuintroduce kwa parents, hiyo utajua you are very serious.
Yes.
Na umeamua kabisa. Yeah, so maneno ya introduction, maboys introduce to so many and they're like, hey, mambo, kumbe ni wewe, and yet, you know.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Thank you very much, Junior. Faiza, I was actually on you. This idea of wewe kuficha uchali, don't you think that pia ukimficha he feels as though he's not that important to you? If you don't post him, if you don't put him as a profile picture, you know, don't you feel like siku moja atajua, you know what, I'm not serious with Faiza, then the next thing you see him with one of your BFFs.
Okay, you know, for me it's different. Where I come from, dating is haram. It's not allowed.
Oh.
So if you're doing it in secret. Chini ya maji.
Okay.
You can only tell your friends. I think the ideal situation would be, okay, I've met this person.
Right.
We want to be exclusive and let me introduce this person to my friends. That's what I would want.
Right.
But since there's so many restrictions, especially for us, you just be like, I cannot do that.
Yes.
Let's just keep it on the low and then with introducing to parents, it's only when you're serious about marriage, meaning this guy has decided he's going to marry me, that I can go to my parents and be like, okay, this is the guy I have been seeing. Illegally, but I have been seeing for the last 3 years. So that's the point where there's no turning back after that. Because they'll be like, okay, what are your intentions and when do you plan to get married? Is it in the next 3 months? Then you've been dating for 3 years.
Yes.
Only then can you
do the introductions and now do the marriage
introduction and be like, finally, it's done. It's a done deal.
Okay.
You know.
On that illegal note, we take a short break. But when you come back, I invite the ladies to also call in on this. Hapa Faiza kidogo anataka support Jake kidogo, especially on that issue of posting them on your profile picture. The numbers are still on your screen. Remember, the question of the day is, how soon should you introduce your partner? Is it when you get pregnant? Or is it when you meet? Or is it when you discover that, oh my God, I really love this guy like Akisi Lali? We'll be right back.